you change your height and it changes your whole view of the water. Now, I've got my camera set real low, and I wanted to show people where I've got it set. I don't want to take it right out to the edge of the water. It gets a little mucky out there, and I start sinking when I walk on it. But, even with my camera, this camera, let's take it down low. And look at there. Look at how that water rises. You take it down low, and it just gets cut off. And that, my lens is, 2 inches above the dirt right here. I almost got my camera setting in the mud, or my phone. So again, as I rise up, everything else rises with me. Now I'm raising it up over my head, and I'm tilting it downward so I can't see because of the light. Okay, so there's the edge of the water. Okay, we'll keep raising it up, and it goes farther and farther out. I'm going to bring it all the way down. I'm bringing it down again. Just get the edge, bring it down, and you see how it just cuts everything off. Okay, everything gets lower. So, what's going on here, people? Angular resolution does play a big role in how we see and what we see. I got dirt all over my fingers, mud. So again, let me show you what my camera's picking up here. Of course, I'm getting a lot of reflection too off the lens of my camera. Dang it. Let me see if I can hold my hand over and block some of that light. Okay, that boat moved off. Find this boat here. Okay. You can see the boat. Okay. Just wanted to show you that. You get an idea of what's going on and where my camera is at. Okay, camera's real low to the water. The same thing occurs. Okay, I got my camera down real low to the ground. And you can still see the distortion going, but that island's a mile away. That's called Fiddler's Point. And the tide's way out low. It's real low. So I don't think I got my camera set as perfect as I could, because it's kind of hard to get it set like this and have it perfectly level where I can zoom out. But that ain't even at full zoom. But even look at that crab trap, the way that crab trap is right there. And that crab trap looks like it's right on the edge of the water, that island, but believe me, it's not. It's probably quite a ways away from it. But I'm going to zoom away and stay out just a little bit. I think everything stays in focus a little bit better. But now what's blocking me behind those rocks? The rocks. It's like a mountain. There's water right behind these rocks, but you can't see it. Why not? I can see anything sticking up above it, like that channel marker. Okay. So again, where's that crab trap? Also too, you know, let me just run this horizon line. Okay, see the mirroring of those bird racks? And what's cool is seeing the birds. The birds give it away. It shows you that they can be in mid-flight and they'll disappear underneath that mirroring area. And that's why I say that's what cuts off buildings and objects, is that mirroring effect that occurs. It's an illusion. And there's a is that Bill Watts rack right there. Zoom in on it and see how it's being affected there. You know, when my camera down this low, it is really hard to get it in focus. So in turn, it's not the camera. It's because of the distortion. Let's find these boats that are out there. And look at the crab trap. It's sticking up right there in front of me. Some more. Hopefully we can catch one of these birds or something. Okay, here we go. Now see, look at the mirroring. You can see actually right where that pole is sticking in the ground or in the water. So there's water beyond the hard water line, and that's what I'm saying. That's what a lot of people don't see. You know, they want to think that this is some magical force that's pulling these boats up above the water. You know, refraction. This isn't refraction, this is just mirroring. And again, at this low angle, and I'm going to pull my phone out here and show people that I got my camera this low to the ground. And that's something that, you know, everybody don't realize when you change your perspective, your height. You know, you change your height and it changes your whole view of the water. Now, I've got my camera set real low, and I wanted to show people where I've got it set. I don't want to take it right out to the edge of the water. It gets a little mucky out there, and I start sinking when I walk on it. But, you know, even with my camera, I mean this camera, let's take it down low, and look at there. Look at how that water rises. You take it down low, and it just gets cut off. And that, you know, my lens is, you know, 2 inches above the dirt right here. I mean, I almost got my camera setting in the mud, or my phone. So again, as I rise up, you know, everything else rises with me. Now I'm raising it up over my head, and I'm tilting it downward so I can't see because of the light. Okay. So there's the edge of the water. Okay. Keep raising it up, and it goes farther and farther out. I'm going to bring it all the way down, bringing it down again. Just get the edge, bring it down, and you see how it just cuts everything off. Okay, everything gets lower. So what's going on here, people? You know, angular resolution does play a big role in how we see and what we see. I got dirt all over my fingers, mud. Again, let me show you what my camera's picking up here. Of course, I'm getting a lot of reflection too off the lens of my camera. Dang it. Let me see if I can hold my hand over and block some of that light. Okay, that boat moved off. Find this boat here. Okay. You can see the boat. Okay. Just wanted to show you that. You get an idea of what's going on and where my camera is at. Okay, camera's real low to the water, so the same thing occurs. Try to find some of these the boat going away. You could follow him, but it'd be the same thing. You get out so far and then he just gets so distorted. Might be able to follow him for a while. A lot of these guys go out there and they net. They throw their bait nets and catch some bait. Then off they go. You see the wake of the guy's boat still pushing out some water. Now, what I can do too is turn down my compensation exposure. And there's that one rack that I always say that, you know, certain times you can see the water well beyond it, and at other times it's just it's in the mirror. You know, watch what happens to that boat. You know, as it turns, it just gets distorted. And there's those crab traps too you can look at, and how they wind up getting closer and closer to the edge of that water. I got some coming up here that I'm gonna film. That could be another boat way out there. See, even stuff sticking up in the water blocks out the boat. Perspective. Okay. Again, you know, if I raise my camera up, I would be able to see that. You know, they say, oh, you can see the sunset twice if you get down on the ground and then stand up after you see it set. Of course you can, because you're changing your height on a flat plane. And here's the crab trap sticking above the water. Something else out there well above the water. Don't know what it is. Can't make it out, it's distorted. It actually could be the bird rack. I mean, just look, people. I mean, even these channel markers, they're in the water. And look at it mirroring. That orange one is a lot farther out than the green one. And you see now that boat already vanished due to my height. Okay, there's the bird rack right there. Let's zoom in on it the rest of the way. Okay, because I'm lower to the ground, it's compressed. And there's that sign that I showed you a little bit earlier. Between that sign and the bird rack was that other bird rack that's out there that I cannot see. And I think it's more due to the angle of light, the light hitting the water, causing me not to see that. Now I can see it at sunset, but I can't see it during sunrise. And even this bird rack here is all distorted. Angular resolution causes part of that too. So again, I can zoom out and show you still the mirroring on the water. You get calm spots, smooth spots all over the place in water. So how do I know further out ain't smoother too? Because I've been out and it's been rough on inland, and then it's like baby's butt out offshore. Something to think about, people. You have to experience it. You have to go out there and ride on it, drive on it, play in it, in the water. And you start to see the true meaning of the horizontal plane. Let me put it to you that way. There's those crab traps. Crab traps, crab traps, crab traps. There's a boat. That boat's coming out of Hernando Beach. See the channel markers? I could follow him. The same thing is he's just going to disappear into the mirror. Not over the curvature of Earth. You know, I proved one thing. You know, when you're looking at a plane, the higher up you go, the more of the plane that you can see with just a freaking 7-foot board, people. Go and do it with a long board. Then I get trolls that come on my channel and tell me I'm stupid. Okay? Right, I'm stupid. Yeah, go ahead, insult me. And then because I defend myself, you say, oh, you get thin-skinned guy, can't take criticism. Well, they can't either. And they know that all it is a belief. It's a belief system that they've been taught to believe in. Without reality involved in it. You want real? Go out and do your own observations, trolls. Go out and do your own observations. See what you come up with. Put your camera at different heights too, like I am. Whole boat just being mirrored. Yeah, faster boat going beyond it. Blew right by it, a little bitty boat. And here comes a big boat cutting in front of me. Wow. Or a closer boat, I should say. The boat that just cut in front of me is a lot smaller than this big boat that's moving out right here. Vanishing within the mirror. Just like the birds do when they fly by and disappear. Same thing. You try to focus on something that's that low to the water too, people. You can't. It just don't. It don't allow you to. I could be using manual focus, and it still wouldn't allow me to focus in on that boat. And the birds popping their heads up out there. Man, kind of hard to believe that people don't go out there and do their own observations and see the same thing that I see. Well, I think mainly that's due to the same thing that I used to think too when I first started into this. My whole idea was to go out and debunk flat earth, to tell them, you know, bullshit, look at here, I found the curve. But what caught me off guard was this mirroring effect. And then when I started researching mirages, mirroring, where the word even mirage come from, it's derived from the word mirror. Well, use a mirror and try to video stuff on a low angle to a mirror. You get the same thing. You can't focus in on it. It's distorted. It's almost impossible to do. And then at one point, when an object gets so far away, it just vanishes. Ooh, but you can still see it if you rise up higher. Oh, because you're looking over the curve? No, because you're getting a better angular resolution of it. You're able to resolve the image or the object much better at a higher height than you are from a low angle. Angle matters, people. Angle matters. And the light matters too, depending on how much light's being spread on what you're doing. Which I'm going to try to do something different too here in a little while. I'm going to go up to this walk ramp and video instead of take pictures like I did last time. So funny thing is I can barely see that boat out there and I'm now kneeled down almost as low as my camera. Now if I stand up, I actually see it better. Is it because I'm looking over the curve, or is it because my eyes are getting a better angular resolution of it? My eyes are getting a better angular resolution of it by standing up. Get a drone, point it down at the ground, and you know, as you rise up, you see more and more of the ground. Ooh, why is that? Ooh, because you're getting higher. You see more of the surface. So again, you know, somebody's going to say, oh, there you go, you're videotaping the curvature of Earth right there. Thanks a lot, I appreciate you proving the Earth is curved. Dumbasses. That's because they don't go out there and do it themselves, so they have no idea of what they're actually seeing. Okay, there's no sense in me shooting this any further, because I know myself what's going to happen. It's vanishing within its own reflection. That's what happens to anything that's in a mirror. It will vanish on its own reflection, within its own reflection. Raleigh's criterion explains that. I'm going to see if somebody's down here. If not, I'm going to run back to my truck and get my my wide angle lens and do a time lapse right here. Be right back.